Hello, welcome to the next episode of MeatballCraft, and we're starting in the Nether today because I want to upgrade our power situation. Well, let's get some more power, and I kind of want to do it on camera a little bit. It won't be the main goal of today, but now that we have a little bit of power, we can actually run a quarry of some kind. We need a lot more blood gems and draconium to cool our reactor, so why not slap a filter with it and get this and start mining. It doesn't seem to work that well. I'm not sure, because I see blood gem oil was for sure within the box right there that didn't mine, so I'm not really sure what happened there. So I upped the size a little bit, so while this works, we'll do what we actually want to do today, and that's probably going to be bees. You might be asking yourself, why bees? And that's a valid question. The answer to bees is because we need 2 bees, actually. So 1 bee is going to be the classical princess, and that's because she will drop us royal jelly. Royal jelly is what we need for production upgrades, which is going to help us with the rest of our bees, which is fantastic. The second one we need is the agricultural princess, and we need her because she drops agricultural combs. Now, what do agricultural combs do, you might ask? Well, they turn any seed that we have into a 10-10-10 seed from AgriCraft without me having to sit there and do the weeds and crossbreed them and make them better. They just get better automatically with a craft. So before we start breeding the bees up to where we need them to be, there's a couple things we need to take care of from Energistics. And that is, we're going to need a DNA extractor, a genetic replicator, and a protein liquefier. All these are pretty much used in the genetic replicator. I only have to make like 1 agricultural princess, and I can make infinite amounts of them again. I don't have to keep breeding them up through the cycles. So DNA extractor is pretty easy. It's everything we've seen here before, and it EMC values for and all that. So I'll make that, and the genetic replicator, same story, and then the protein liquefier, same exact story. And here we are. We have all of our things. I think it's gonna like spit off a whole line of quests, or maybe just that one. Not sure. Don't care. So here we need the DNA extractor, the genetic replicator, and the protein liquefier. So we go ahead and just put them down like so. I guess it doesn't necessarily matter, and I'll go and connect them in power. All right, so they're all connected to power. They will slowly gain power. Dentistry is actually quite power hungry. So the DNA extractor, we need liquid DNA, and to get liquid DNA you have to give it something from forestry. It could be saplings from forestry, it could be pollen, butterflies, caterpillars, I guess, queens, which would technically give you the most DNA, but that's kind of wasteful. And then drones. Drones only give you 100 millibuckets, but as you can see over here, I've been storing drones for a little bit, and we have 73, so I mean, it's a start. However, I am thinking now that that's really not fast enough. We're going to need probably more DNA than what these can provide. We'll go and grab a stack of them and see how much. Let's see if 1 stack could be worth it or not. I think we need labware in here. Good thing it's EMCable. Put that in there, and then this should go ahead and work and give us... We'll let it run for a little bit and see what we get. But it will take per bee about 10 drones, which is fine, actually. And then protein. To get protein, you put something in liquefier. Could be pork chop, anything that's EMCable, so that's a lot easier. I'm now realizing before I get into this dentistry stuff, we need more power. Like, these things shuck up the power, dude. It's it's disgusting how much power. Well, they don't use that much power for what they do, to be honest. But yeah, so I'm letting this keep running because we are in a serious net gain of this. I've been letting this farm run for a little bit, and these are base seeds, like they're not upgraded at all. And we are getting probably a 500 or 600 surplus per minute-ish. No, I mean, that's a little much. Maybe like 100, 200 per minute in surplus. And we also have 1,800 seeds, so definitely make 1 seed of whatever you want and then just let it go. No need to make multiple like I did. But yeah, just for comparison's sake, in the time we've made about 4,000 Yellorium, we've used maybe 7. So we're in a massive surplus, which means this thing needs to get bigger. Also, since we need more power, while we wait on just getting resources to expand this, as you can see, I have plans to make this much bigger, and we will. Also, the name of the game on this new one's going to be Heat, so we're not going to use any cooling, and we are going to make this thing as hot as possible, and we can for sure support that because in the time this thing has used a stack of yelloworium, we have produced tens of thousands more. So keeping up with pace shouldn't be a problem, but we'll see. Again, it's a bit of heat because we want steam, because we want turbines. In order to make turbines, the turbine housing, for example, it's another extremely annoying craft, but we have a lot of steel, a lot of graphite. Steel leaf is easy enough to get. We could get pristine matter and do it this way. However, there's a lot of, steel leaf blocks in the Twilight and dungeons. You can also just grab those, which I'm probably going to end up doing. But the rest of this does need fused quartz glass, easy enough. The watching eye is going to be kind of annoying to get. We're probably going to have to go capture an Ender Watcher and spawn those guys in. So we're not the end of the world there. And then the turbine house and core, which is actually pretty easy. So the enchanted gravitite is going to be extremely annoying to get, actually. That's a lot of enchanted gravitite. So I guess while we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and search for gravitite because it seems there's no other way that we currently have access to get a lot of it, which is unfortunate. Actually, would that work? It wouldn't work, and any other way to get a lot of it, we just don't have access to. So to get a lot of it, you can get like a booty load of it this way, but we don't have access to A, modular machines just in general, and then B, a block of platinum and amber will give us a little bit. That takes a little bit of liquid starlight. This is not completely out of the question, but I know this is going to be some massive rabbit hole that I don't want to go down. So, iron ingot and modularium primer. That's actually not terrible, but I'm still not convinced of going down this path. Yeah, never mind. We can't craft it anyway, even if I wanted to. I think I finally found one of the dungeons in here. I've gone so far and not found a single one. I think that's the boss right there. So we're not going to check that first. We'll check all this other stuff first. Alright, I guess we gotta fight this guy. Wake up. A pickaxe for real? I thought I could do with this. It counts as a pickaxe, right? 3.1, that's trash. 6.1, that's trash. Will this count? That counts. Ring around the rosy, really. Okay. Goodbye. We got a bronze key. No idea what that does, but it looks like some open up down here. So... okay, I use that for that, and then we get all this stuff. Is any of this useful? Hammer of Notch. I really doubt it, but okay. I've also decided we're probably going to go for the modularium stuff to get the gravitite from this gravitite enchanter. That's probably going to be our best bet at getting it en masse. So what we're going to go ahead and do is start getting modularium. To get modularium at some point, it'll tell us how to make it. I guess we need to make the controller manual first, which isn't that hard, but I think we have to, yeah, so we have to go into the connecting the dots, the controller manual first, and then we'll go into it. But anyway, before I get too sidetracked, this will be our alloy smelters for now, because I'm tired of like going in and manually doing stuff. So I'm going to stock these with stupid amounts of materials, and we'll go ahead and make our alloys from that. And also, the reason I'm doing this is because alloy smelters are smarter than the induction smelters, because as you can see here, I have a lot stacked in here, and it's only trying to fill in the 2 slots that it can fill. If it tries to fill in the 3rd, it won't be able to do a recipe, and it pulls it in evenly. So this is a much better approach than using induction smelters. They're all going to be powered from the back. And yeah, pretty much that's it. So I'm going to fill all these up, and we'll get making alloys. They also need a bunch of capacitors, and I'm probably going to go ahead and make a bunch of octadic capacitors because they're easy to make. There's energetic alloy, netherite ingots, glowstone, double layer, and iron alloy ingot we've seen before. So yeah, it's all pretty easy. Double layers just as easy. Single layer is just as easy. So I'm going to go make a bunch of these, and we'll craft them up. Also, I want to point out, in a lot of cases, the alloy smelter just eliminates steps that you'd otherwise need in induction smelters. So, for example, this is 4, 12, and 1 iron. And here it's 1 iron plus a modularian primer, and the primer is 4 and 12. So it's the same amount of resources. You just have to go through more machines and eat up more power. And to support all of our stuff, I went ahead and moved our EMC loop from the base, the old base, to here. And I've also reintroduced the integrated dynamics, because yes, it does cause a crash every now and then when you load up the world, but it is infinitely faster than anything else you can do. Like, compared to like Enderium upgrades from what do you call it, thermal expansion, this moves in magnitudes faster. I did lower the tick rate to every 5 ticks instead of every 1. Hopefully that helps, like, you know, go, like, maybe not make crashes as common, but still, even compared to like Enderium, it's still multiple times faster. And by Enderium, I mean Resonant. One of the alloys we're going to want to mass produce in order to get towards our goal of Ludicrite is Enderium. Enderium, we can pretty much stuff it with everything for Ender Pearls and lead just by EMC stuff. The rest of it, however, Platinum is going to be an issue because we don't have a lot and I'm not mining it. So what we're going to do is get Platinum Essence and Platinum Seeds. To get the Platinum Seeds, it's just the premium and then the tier 5 seeds, which we've seen before. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and craft us probably 1 platinum seed and let it reproduce over time, because now we have thousands of yellorium seeds I don't know what to do with. And here are our platinum seeds. Fantastic. Very nice. I'll go ahead and just give it 1 quadrant, and then once everything gets planted, it'll keep going. Yep, there goes. It got planted somewhere over here. I'm speeding the process along. So we got our base stuff just for now. I'll upgrade it as we go. I'll probably add another row. So for now we got some bronze, I think that is. Modularium, energetic, vibrant, electrical steel, Enderium base, and then actual Enderium ingots. So now all that's taken care of, let's go ahead and go towards this. So to get this, we need flux cores, we have stone witch's altar. I guess we have getting bewitchment. I swear to God, dude. I don't think we do. We can craft it with stuff that we should already have. So let's go ahead and check for it. To make this, we need clay, runium, and charged. We should have some charged. We don't. I don't know where it went. For runium, we should have a little bit. And okay. Clay, charged soda quartz. Where'd that go? Here's our unfired jar. And then we're gonna need empty jars, which is smelting it. Thank God it's not something weird. Where's my furnace? There it is. Here is our stone witch's altar. Be able to then throw that in here and then craft this. We have demonic will. I did go get some, so I guess it's just not registering. And there we go. Controller manual. Roll to become a little harder. Thanks to whoever for that. Cool. The quest says to do this at your own risk. I risked it. How to finish MeatballCraft. If you want to finish back here, give you infrastructure is the most important thing. So yeah, we've been setting up pretty good infrastructure. I'm not too worried about it. Proactive with automation. We will get to that very soon. I just want power to be up and running, and then get easier crafts for AE2 stuff, and then we'll automate that stuff. And it seems we have the Blood Master Ingot. Get that. And then I guess we also got this as well. A Pentacle. Don't know what that's for. But now we should get technology, so we should unlock this stuff for multi-blocks. Or the modular machines, I mean. And right-clicking this unlocks the new stage for us. And I found a new little flux callstone. I don't want to, you know, ignore the bosses and all that. So, we'll probably go through and kill bosses as we go. Well, as I see them at least. And I think this is one of them. I think this guy has to be summoned in the end. Oh. I think we need those guys for something. I don't remember what it is. Okay. I used the callstone, but nothing's happening. Oh, I think it popped up behind me. Use the flick out of you, man. Go away. I didn't look behind me. I guess it's here, I guess. So this gives us pure flux crystals. Okay. Anything else? Oh. Only I can defeat him. A Gorgon Queen, which is probably useful for something. Okay. I assume it's used for breeding in some way because the Gorgon comb is useless. So it's also a good way to get a lot of pure Flux crystal because you get 9 back, but it takes 4 to craft this. And the rest of this is really easy to get, so could be a way to get a lot of pure Flux if you don't want to craft a lot, but just a thought. 1 seed turns into 100 seeds very quickly. Bada bing, bada boom. Our new reactor has been built. It's a little bit bigger, just a little bit. And as you can see, there's no coolant in here because we're going to want this baby to get hot. Hot is the name of the game here. And yeah, it'll slowly fill up. Right now it can store, what's that? How much is that? I don't even know. I think it's what, 3,840 ingots. Is as much which is as much as it can store. And yeah, it's not a lot. If we need more Yellorium, we have more than enough seeds to plant about 500 other fields like this, so I'm not worried about it. Another reason we want to be hot right away, even though we cannot make, we can't currently make turbines with the Ludicites blocks yet because we need more plutonium, and we have not been producing much at all. Like in the time we've used maybe a stack of Yellorium, we've produced, like, I'm not kidding, over 60,000 of them. So we got some room, and this will fill over time. All right, moment of truth here. I don't know why I have a void upgrade on this. I don't really, I mean, whatever. Let's actually let's connect the computer first. Our computer's on and it's generating power for us. Oh my god. So we're making 50,000. It turned off probably, didn't it? Yeah, it shut off real fast. So we'll never know how much it's gonna make, to be honest. Actually, let's just if we turn it on, we might be able to see it. Or if we disconnect the monitor, it won't be able to do anything, I think. No, it probably still will, actually. It just won't show it. Yeah. Dang it. Let's see what it can climb to. I bet I could get well over 70. If we actually tried. I think it's already turning off. So, yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, we get quite a bit of power. And it's much more power than our conduit can take out. We'll have to use the good old flux plugs here and power in here. And then we'll set a flux point to be power in so we can put the power in here. Oh, this, please. Thank you. And then we'll put all the power we can grab out of there into this. But now we are very full on power. And we don't necessarily need more than like 500 million. So I'll leave it the way it is for now. And looking at it now, I can easily tell that the Gendistry stuff that we put in takes over 22,000 RF a tick to run all that. And actually, I want to put the Gendistry stuff on hold because there's really zero reason to get those homes because of how quickly you get seeds and everything. Yeah, so there's not really a point. So we're going to switch gears, go full power mode, and do some other stuff as well. I am going to leave the Gendistry stuff running for just a little bit because it's the only way we can suck up that much power, and we need plutonium. So while we wait for our plutonium to be created, I think we should go ahead and set up a quarry and ways to process the ores that we get. Because at this point, we do have the power to, what do you call it? I guess supply the quarry would work. When it comes to quarries, we have 2 options here. We have environmental tech or the builder. We're going to go with environmental tech because we don't have to move it, and they do eventually become better than the builder. So we just have to work our way up there. It does require some living gold, which we've seen is just gold surrounded by that. And then so we're going to want to automate this in some kind of way. And then quadruple compressed cobblestone, which we'll start crafting now. Interconnect, which is pretty easy. These have EMC values, which is nice. And grains of vibrancy, which we'll work towards. But let's take it one at a time here and automate living gold. And there we go. It's automated. So we have a timer here that's got hooked up to block placers below this, and then once all these get changed like this, I'll step away. The vacuum hoppers suck it up and then put it into these chests. The reason I have it going to a hopper and then into the chest is because you can't open these chests if they're directly below the vacuum hopper. I guess it counts as a full block. Here's the input, so we can use it for like living stone, wood, and gold. So essentially what it does is we come down here, we extract out of this, have it set to round robin, and then it goes into all of these, and then all of these are also hooked up to a redstone circuit that's coming from this. Inputting on signal green, and then outputting here on signal green, strong signal. So every time that this goes off, we'll go, it sends a redstone signal, and then all of these guys place their blocks. And the signal is it's delayed every 600 ticks. Probably a little much, but I probably make it up to 1,000 if I really wanted to, and that would work too. But there's living gold automated. Here's our quadruple compressed cobblestone, all automated. Again, just producing all the cobblestone here. Every 5 ticks pulling out a stack, and we are now crafting quadruple compressed. Next up on the list, we need, oh, I forgot my hotkey to record. It always does that. So we need a lot of uranium to at least kickstart our litherite crystals. And I'm sure we'll need a uranium for something later down the line with nuclear craft or something, probably, if I had to guess. So you know what that means. Uranium seeds. Yeah, these are the same as they've always been. I'll start with 1 and we'll go from there. Now we have uranium growing, and it will build up quite a supply. Now we just need to get, what do we need to get now? We need to mass produce these interconnects. These will be easy. Again, EMCable. These will need to automate, and these will need to automate as well. These are just sag milling vibrant crystals. Vibrant crystals are just emeralds surrounded by vibrant alloy. Vibrant alloy is, I think we're already making it, or we already have like a setup for it to make it. So that's just that, and that energetic is this, so pretty easy. This, however, it's the same thing. Actually, it's cheaper, I think, than the other one. Yeah, it's definitely cheaper. So yeah, we'll set up an automation for this stuff, and nothing really too bad, so we'll sag mill the rest of it. After checking our living gold, we have just a little bit, which means that all we're missing at this point is pretty much our big ol' supply of uranium. Which means while we wait for that uranium supply to build up, which shouldn't take too long, we can start going back to our gravitite we want to make. And to make it, we're going to need to make a machine controller just in general, which takes some redstone. They said don't craft this in AE2. I'm not sure why. Which takes diamond, redstone, gold, and machine case, which takes a little bit, actually. I wasn't thinking about this. We're going to want some machine casing, aren't we? Yeah, we're going to want to automate that. Which means we're also going to want to automate the flux core, which means we need to get an AE2 automation. It's been long overdue at this point, honestly. This is our entire AE2 setup right here. I also want to get a wall of like mass storage kind of going here. This is going to be for things like just ingots and stuff that we get from our quarry. Now that I've made all these, I've changed my mind to use danks. The danks are a good way to store a lot, and it's a good alternative to a drawer wall because these have multiple slots in them, and they just hold a whole buttload of stuff. So get that you craft up from a dank 5 forward all the way down here, but you gotta make a dank null mark 4 first, which is actually pretty easy. Just takes this, which we can make a lot of actually, because it's got EMC. And then I'll probably make like 1 dank 7 because dank 7 should hold all of the ingots and stuff we get from the quarry. Or maybe I'll do 2. No, just 1. Nah, maybe 2. 2. Yeah. So now that entire wall that we had will now be replaced by 2 dank 7s. That will hold much, much more than the storage drawers ever would have. And they can hold a lot in here. So like all your ingots can go in here. All your mass storage ingots anyway. So like redstone, lapis, iron, copper, tin, things like that can all go in here. And then any ores that you want that you might not be able to process fast enough can also go in here. In order to start automating our ME stuff, we need to automate iron shards, and to do that we can do smart outputs. We did skip past this a while ago, but we'll do it now. And to do that, we'll need at least one smart output. I'll see how long or how far this gets us, but it's also where is it? Output. We can grab a stack if we really need to, but I doubt we'll need to. All right, I got a little carried away. This is our new smeltery for iron shards. Lava here, and then we have just a reserve tank, so I don't have to come over as often. Here's our smelter controller, where I put in a bunch of iron. You can automatically put iron this way, right into the controller, and this way we smelt it up. As you can see, our iron is smelting extremely quickly, and that's because we have a fuel input machine from Tinker.io with a full stack of speed upgrades, meaning this thing gets super duper hot and smelts things super duper quick. And as you can see, we have just a little bit of iron here, a little bit. And then past here, once I flip the switch, we should be good to go. Go ahead and do this. All these are going into smart IO or smart outputs, all set with the shards. So once I flip this, it shall pour in here, get instantly transformed, and then we will hopefully output it to this. If I did everything right. I've never used Tinker.io before, so we're gonna find out. And that should start pouring. This will start doing that. Yep, they'll start pulling out and pulling in here. So now we are getting shards much faster than we ever did before. I wasn't trying to automate crafts, but it looks like molecular assemblers are not easy to craft. So we're gonna need to automate this as well. Good thing we have, lots of iron shards and EMC-able ink sacks. Here's some molecular assemblers, though. We only have enough for 5. I'm probably not going to make any more by hand because I'm getting really, really tired of crafting things by hand with these things. So now we have those. We're also going to want some crafting storages. These are just so you can craft bigger and bigger recipes, and the co-processing unit allows you to do like multiple things at the same time. So if you have to smelt iron and craft something like a torch, you can do both at the same time. I might have gone a little overboard with it, but what we'll do for now is go ahead and place at least one co-processor down, like so, and then 2 above it. It has to be in some kind of like cuboid. You can't do like a triangle or anything. It's got to be a square, and they like square-ish, and they all have to also be complete. So you can't have like a staircase pattern or anything. It's got to be just like this. And then they can't touch either, or they'll connect, which actually isn't the end of the world. I'll probably just make a bigger one here, and then make another one here. So all of these are separate because they're not touching in a cuboid fashion. So this is its own, this is its own, this is its own, but this is connected. And to connect them to your system, basically all what I have to do here is come below them all, like this, and then we'll have to connect them with cables. And we're probably going to want to use dense cables. Actually, we'll probably see if we have P2P. I think P2P was given to us as EMs. No, it wasn't. Damn it, I really thought it was. Let's see. This was given to us. The advanced memory card was. The P2P tunnel is not EMC-able either, which is unfortunate, but it's pretty easy to craft. I've also come to the conclusion that I don't want to keep crafting flux crystals, and there are ways to make it easier than like what we can do now. You can use a flux agitator, which takes all of this though, which takes charged quartz, which is the whole process, and then same thing with this. It's charged quartz, which is the whole process. And so I think what we're gonna go ahead and do is go ahead with the essence for this, the seeds. So it's only a tier 4, so it's not too bad. Then we'll want to come under here, take our smart. No, we want at least 2 dense cables. We'll plug it in right there. We will plug our P2P tunnel here. We'll take our advanced memory card, shift right click it. Maybe. Why are you offline? Oh, it's a ME thing. Is there another one? Is there another one? That's energy, fluid, item, redstone. P2P should be this. I have no idea what I'm looking at. So it definitely recognizes it's trying to do something. So selected bind to output. So selected input. Oh, nope, come back. ME. So wait, what? So before binding, the selected P2P tunnel, bind target if output. Okay, so that I want there. So they're for sure trying to connect. So bind you like that. And then, which means you're the input and you're the output, which is correct, I think. I think that's correct. And we should be able to put dense cables over here. This should be, why are you offline? Why are you offline? You're both offline. You're both connected. Is there a memory card that's not an advanced one? Oh, I can rename them. Use the advanced memory card instead. I'm confused. That's why I'd rather not. I can just rename them here. I'm so confused. Just load back in the world because this thing crashed my game. I tried to rename them and it's just, I don't know. It's confusing. I don't like it. So we should be able to do this. I don't know why it's not. This is how it should work. It says offline. I wonder if that's just a bug and it's actually online. Let's see. So crafting status, not sure. We'll have to get some auto crafting up and running and see if that actually does anything. So here's 10 interfaces. I forgot to record the crafts, but it's whatever. It's pretty simple craft here. And then what we need to do is come back to our ME layer thing. And then just for now, at least, I'll just put them like this. Well, actually, no, I won't, because we don't have enough cable to get up and running the crafting. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 more. Alright, so this is a very inefficient way of doing it. We'll make it more efficient later, but for right now, this will work because we don't have auto crafting set up. So this is kind of what I want to do. And I need to come down here and actually start connecting things because I forgot to do that part. This needs a connection. I'm gonna come over here. Here, 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 here. Boom, boom. And then you just get connected like this. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, don't tell me we're out of cables. Alright, so connecting these really does show me that these are not, in fact, online. Everything's offline, so these P2P tunnels are not working. I don't know what's going on. I figured it out. I forget that the cable between them needs power, and that's what's causing the issue. So yeah, that's the problem. Then we'll want to make these pattern terminals, and we might as well make it a wireless one, if we can. Oh, we need more fluix crystal. Well, guess what, pal? We got well, I was trying to figure that out. We've built up a little bit of a back supply of this, so we should be good. Go ahead and make this, make that. Make some of these, some of those, some of this, and boom. Okay, I'll link it. We're also going to want a interface terminal as well. And then you should be able to, can I make this into a wireless? No, not. You're not missing any channels, buddy. And now all of our molecular assemblers will show up on here. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 here, and there is 5 there. And you can also take on these pattern expansion cards and put them in, and it will expand how many patterns you can put in per interface, which is super nice. And then to start encoding stuff, if we go ahead and take something like a blank pattern, for example, and then put our blank pattern into this thing so we can encode something, and we can automatically, like, let's say we want to encode blank patterns, for example, do that, put it here. And I don't think there's like a wireless universal thing that I can see. So I have to like either, I don't think there's an interface, there's not a wireless interface either. So it's looking like I might have to put the cards directly into the machines, which is fine. Not the end of the world. But yeah, I don't see a wireless interface terminal or a universal one. Yeah, doesn't seem to be in the pack, which is fine. So we can either come over here and put it into one of our molecular assemblers here, or you can go ahead and put it in the machine that you want directly, which is usually what I do just to make sure there's zero confusion. So there we go. We have an encoded pattern for one blank pattern, and I should be able to come in here and say blank pattern. This should show up as craft, and if I want like 10, we have all the available stuff. And if I go ahead and hit start, you'll see that stuff starts crafting in here, and this is why the more molecular assemblers you have, the better. And let's see, we should have 10 blank patterns waiting for us. So between episodes, because I'm gonna have to call it here because it's getting really long, just changing a rabbit hole. Next episode we'll for sure get our where are they? Where is it? I went all the way around. Our turbines up and running, because at this point it's really just a waiting game. With 10 episodes, I'll get all of our AutoCraft stuff set up, and then I'll walk you guys through that. But yeah, it's kind of a boring process that needs to be done, especially now. At least we're doing it now, not later, because the more you put it off, the more of a pain it is. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed AutoCrafting set up, upgrade our reactor, and got more seeds. And yeah, I'll see you all next time.